to 30. So we're arriving to the Revolution Square. Remember that we're going to make a stop here. I'm going to give you the main information from the bus, I mean right here. So after the information you can just walk around and take all the pictures you want, okay? So we're entering to the Revolution, and it's very important to say that the Revolution Square, I mean this square here was built before the triumph of the Revolution. It was built during the 50s, during the government of Batista in Cuba. Maybe you know something about Batista. He was a dictator. So the revolution process was against Batista government, and Batista wanted to build something here in this area. He actually wanted this area to be the center of Havana, and he made a contest for architects, and the result is the obelisk you can see to your right in the middle of the square. This obelisk was built just 1 year before the triumph of the revolution, 1958, and it's a star-shaped obelisk. The obelisk is just a museum. In the ground floor is a museum about the life of Jose Marti, the national hero of Cuba, and on top there is a lookout, because guys, this is the highest point of the city, 140 meters above sea level. Okay. There is an elevator, yes, to go up. You don't have to take the stairs. I mean, now you don't have time to see it, but maybe in your free time you can come back to here, and from there you can see the whole city. Okay, and in the middle, so in the floor of the lookout, there is a star with the direction of the countries. So you can imagine my countries, like this direction, and how many kilometers from here to the countries. And the buildings around the square, all of the buildings, just one is an exception, but the others were built during the 50s, okay, during the government of Batista. Not all of them necessarily have the same function today, I will tell you. For example, can you see the whole square from there? I mean, almost all the buildings, yes? Okay, it's easy to do it from here, because if we jump up, you will do whatever you want. There is a high building in front of you, if you see it from here. It's a high building with glasses, yeah, it's like a yellow building. Well, that building used to be the town council of Cuba, so of Havana, before the triumph of the revolution. In the street, right there, which is the Paseo Avenue today, used to be the Mayor's Avenue, because it was a direct link with the town council. The town council nowadays is the army. So the building is the Ministry of Army or Defense Ministry. And I don't know if you know, but Raúl Castro, before being the president of Cuba, he was the defense minister or army minister, and he used to work right there in that building. Okay, that's the function of the building nowadays. And this other building you can see to your left now, that's the National Library of Cuba. The name is, yes, to your left. It's the only building you can see from your left. So the National Library of Cuba is named Jose Marti, like the national hero, and it had always the same function. So it was built to be the National Library of Cuba in the 50s, and the national means that is the best one of Cuba and the biggest one, not only from Havana but from Cuba. It's the National Library. Okay, so to your left, the other building with the picture, can you see it? Please turn left, sorry. So this building is the Ministry of Communications. I think you can imagine that. And it was also built during the 50s. The building is still the Ministry of Communications. It had the same function since it was built. And the picture you can see from here is a picture of Camilo Cienfuegos. This is not Fidel Castro, this is not Jesus Christ, this is not, people are really, can imagine a lot of people. But anyway, Camilo Cienfuegos. Do you know the word comandante? Okay. During the revolution process of Cuba, we had 4 comandantes: Raúl Castro, Fidel Castro, Che Guevara, and Camilo Cienfuegos. He was a very close friend of Che and Fidel and Raúl, but he already died, like Che Guevara. And this picture is in this building, because there's another building in the square that you will see when you get out, which is the Ministry of Interior today, with a picture of Che Guevara. So that picture of Che Guevara, that is a classic picture of Che Guevara of the Revolution Square in Cuba, was built in the 90s. And the same artist built this one right here in 2009 to put it close to Che Guevara, because they were really close friends. And the phrase you can read from here, "Vas bien, Fidel," is because Fidel used to ask, am I doing it right, or something like that, and he used to say, yes, you're doing it right, okay? That's the phrase. And the other building that you will see, you can see it from here, but you will see a building with a picture of Che Guevara. That's the most interesting building of the square. And that building used to be the Ministry of Finance and Economy in Cuba before the triumph of the revolution, and in the first years of the revolution it was Finance Ministry too. And during the first years of the revolution, Che Guevara, he was the president of the National Bank, and he was a minister of economy in Cuba, just 2 years from the time of the revolution to 1961. And he actually worked in that building. That's why the building has the picture of Che Guevara. But nowadays, nothing to do with finance or economy. Nowadays, it is the Ministry of Interior, as I said. Some police and something like that. And the other building that you can see from here at the end of the square, that's the National Theater of Cuba. And this is the only building that was built after the triumph of the revolution. Okay, it's a theater for, art presentations. We don't have just one. It's just for music, theater, or dancing. It's for everything, talking about art, including an art gallery that they have in the lobby of the theater. And they have 2 nightclubs, in case you're interested in. So the square was declared a public space during the 50s, but after the triumph of the revolution, here took place the most important political events of the revolution. That's why it was really fast turned into Revolution Square as soon as the revolution triumphed in Cuba. Okay, so now you have